Bum, bum,
Ba-da-dum,
bum, bum. It's a happy Bendy with lasers. I was waiting for the lasers to come. Welcome to the
Only winners get lasers.
Only winners get lasers.
I want a shirt of that at some point.
Only winners get lasers.
Right. It's sort of like coffee is for closers, sort of the same thing there.
Yes.
Welcome to the Blue Review presented by LAX. I'm Marcus Grant with Greg Bergman and Parker Bell. Guys, the Dodgers have won 4 games in a row, like back to back, all consecutively. First time that has happened since late June, early July. And not only do they do it, they pull off the first sweep this season of the Cincinnati Reds. So now every Major League Baseball team has been swept in a series at least once this year. We'll get into that. We'll get into Shohei looking great on the mound, doing big things on another bobblehead night. We'll also sort of look ahead because it looks like guys are getting healthy. Guys are coming back. We can talk about that as well. But first, I want to thank the folks at LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, transforming the travel experience, saving guests time. Looking forward to the People Mover train, which hopefully is up and running early next year. If you want more information, you can go to flylax.com/transforminglax. Greg, yesterday we started the show talking about Clayton Kershaw and his pitching performance. It feels like we got to start back on the mound again because Shohei was the ultimate Shohei last night.
I mean, this is what it was always going to happen. He was going to get through 5, and it was in a pretty dominant fashion where he had 9 strikeouts, the most he's had this year. And it's also his first win as a Dodger, which is crazy to say because you have to get through 5 to do that. And he finally got through 5. But either way, this is something that the conversation gets very, very loud now, right? Where who is going to be that 4th starter? Because I think we're all in agreement that Yamamoto, Glasnow, Snell are 1, 2, 3 in some order.
Yep.
That going into it, no matter what, that's probably what you're looking at. Even though probably Shohei's probably one of the better pitchers of all of them. But it goes now between Kershaw and Shohei, and we have a lot of conversations about which guy is supposed to be. Like, oh well, Shohei hasn't gotten through 5 yet. He can't even do. It's also not September, and he was ramping himself up. Well, guess what? He did it. He got through 5. He had 9 strikeouts. He gave up the 1 home run, but besides that, he didn't give up anything. And he showed every single one of his, I think, 7 pitches, including the splitter that looks exactly like the slider. It's just a little bit slower. And it's just, which is crazy that you can do things like this. Oh, there was a hand.
I was blurry. I had to refocus.
It's all good. So I think this conversation now, hey, let's all do it. Parker, this conversation is a much bigger conversation now.
Well, okay, what were we saying all in the chat? What was everybody saying? They're more so giddy and excited than anything, just like us. It's a great problem to have. If Shohei is pitching his best and Kershaw is pitching his best, then I'm going to feel a lot better in case Glasnow is feeling a little iffy coming towards the playoffs. And I think that's the biggest thing is that you now have tons of options. And if he's going to continue to perform like this, Marcus, moving forward, I mean, you're getting the offense, you're getting the pitching. This was the $700 million man we agreed upon and we knew was coming. So I'm like a kid at the candy store right now with the Dodgers. Everybody's back. Kike's feeling good. Not everybody, of course. There's a couple names still waiting on, but they're coming back. And I'm bouncing off the walls with excitement for this team. We've had so many ups and downs. That's what's making this feel all the better when we're like towards the end of August.
Well, it's the Dodger team we saw in April, and May. The one we've been waiting for since the All-Star break. And it's like they're finally coming together. It's all coming together at a good time right now. Obviously, there's still a full month left to go of the regular season, but it's all coming together, right? The starting pitching is starting to line up. That has only helped the bullpen because now those guys aren't being asked to eat a huge amount of innings every single night. And the offense is coming back to life, right? Mookie Betts has been on fire for the last several weeks. Shohei is hitting. Freddie is hitting. Even Will Smith, I know he's slumping. That was sort of be expected, especially as a catcher. The fact that he lasted hitting over 300 this long while catching nearly every day was something of a miracle. but the offense is starting to come back to life. You mentioned guys getting healthy. Kike Hernandez is back. Max Muncy is going to be back soon. Haesung Kim could be back really soon as well. So everything's coming up Millhouse right now, Greg. I mean, it's starting to work really, really well. And as if that wasn't enough, but wait, there's more. As Sherry mentioned in the chat, shout out to the Mets and Mariners. The Mariners taking 2 of 3 from the Padres gives the Dodgers a 2-game lead. And the Mets getting a sweep of the Phillies puts the Dodgers right in that 2 seed. I mean, I know there's a long way to go, Greg, but these 3 days couldn't have gone any better for the Dodgers.
This was the greatest 3 days that could have happened to the Dodgers. I mean, especially just to get the sweep, to get 4 in a row, to have things starting to move in the right direction. It just all starts to feel a lot better just as a fan and as in general, because it's been so up and down and inconsistent. And you're right. We're starting to see everybody come back. And you're starting to see, okay, again, this is kind of the team that we were looking for. This was kind of what everything was going right. You're getting big hits. Your defense is playing well. Instead of balls not falling, they're getting through Ellie De La Cruz's legs. I mean, like, things are happening it's switching. It's the law of averages. They have to equal out eventually. If every single ball gets caught after a diving catch, eventually you get 2 that land in front of, like in the way that Jeff Spiegel puts it, is the Teo's triangle.
Yeah,
Teo's triangle. You get 2 in a row that just
Yeah.
drop right in there. I mean, there's things that are starting to go their way just in general. And that is what is good to see, is that the luck is starting to turn back towards them. And I love the fact that the Padres lost 2 or 3 to the Marlins. That it just warms my heart.
It's just great. Yeah. That was the thing. I think that was when I realized that, okay, maybe things are turning around, right? Because 2 balls in succession just drop in that triangle between center field, right field, and like second base. Those balls that we have been like lamenting that Teo Hernandez wasn't getting to. Like, it worked out. It worked out the other way in the Dodgers' favor. I put in the text chain, exit velocities are overrated.
It's like 4 in a row.
Like a ground ball. You have those 2 little flares. You have like a ground ball, like a seeing eye single that just like finds its way into center field to score a run. Who needs to hit the ball 100 miles an hour when you can just find holes in the defense?
57 works sometimes.
Sometimes 57 works is the way to go. All right, so Parker, here they are. They're back in the 2 seed. We asked the question yesterday. You were like, I think you were on the side of Muncy back, fully back. Now that they've swept the Reds, they've run 4 in a row. Are you willing to say they're back yet?
I mean, well, I see in the chat, I think it's simply Brandy saying, we shouldn't have to depend on other teams to get to the top. If we would have handled the job, then it could have been done already. So I think there's this aspect of like, are we back because of the type of season we're having? Who knows? But what happens now with Muncy is that you can finally like give some people room to just breathe and fix some of these nagging injuries here. Freddie got to have the night off yesterday because of the stinger issues that kind of flare up every now and then. But he also hasn't had the chance to really sit. And Teoscar, he didn't really have the chance to really sit at all this season, and he had to play through some of these little nagging things with Muncy back, with Kike back. Yes, the Dodgers are back because now you can go, hey, Teo, why don't you take a little 2 days off, go into that off day, you get a 3-day off, and then boom, you're feeling like a brand new Teo. Just these types of examples of ramping up the best team possible going into the playoffs. So, yeah, Muncy, he's probably the last piece that really makes you think, oh boy, I'm on Greg's train. We are back, baby. I almost cursed. We are bleeping back.
I'm gonna ask you this. I know the answer, Greg, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. How are we feeling about Michael Conforto nowadays?
I was wondering 9 minutes. You took me 9 minutes. I thought I was gonna get a little bit more time before we got into this. I need to have an understanding of what happens whenever he does anything in the history of a little single. I know he had more than that yesterday, but a single, I get destroyed with text. Oh, look, Conforto got a single. Yeah, okay, cool, great. Like the amount of text that I got from people that just said that when he hit the home run, I was like, oh, here it goes. My phone's gonna go just absolutely insane.
Just put everything on mute. Just put everything on silent.
And all it is, every text is just Conforto with like 3 exclamation points, and that's it. Just letting. And then not only that, you guys, the station, the social media decided that they wanted to troll me a little bit and got video of the actual home run and said Michael Conforto and tagged me in it. Why did you have to tag me in that one? Why didn't you tag me in the 9 strikeouts from Shohei Ohtani? You could have tagged me in Sung-Hun Min throwing out at the first pitch. But no,
I actually didn't even see that.
You chose to tag me about a home run.
Hold on, let me go find this.
It's on Instagram. I took it, I put it on my story too. Just insanity. So they tagged me in it. How dare you? How dare you? But no, honestly,
I love my team for that. That's so good.
honestly, good. Like what? I'm not upset that the guy had a couple of hits and a home run. That makes me happy that he did something and we won a game and he led to a win. I love that. I still don't trust him when it comes what he does in. I think, man, Baseball Reference is being weird. Oh, there it is. Maybe I can find it now. Now he's done this before. The last time he went and had 3 hits in a game, including a home run, it was against Boston. After that, he proceeded to go 8 for 23, and with a 131 batting average and a 403 OPS. So, and that was in 23 games. So that is not great, Bob. 61. 8 for 61. I said 23. 8 for 61. He went 8 for 61 after he had 3 hits, including a home run against Boston. So do it more. If you continue to do it, then we won't be having these conversations and I won't be having to be tagged and stuff. But if you continue to do it, great. That means we have a guy that you can count on in the plate. And he was actually really good in the outfield the last couple of days. So I'm fine with those types of things. Show me it at the plate. Because once Max Muncy comes back, once Tommy Edman comes back too, Parker, those two make a massive, massive difference, and it's going to very much take away from his playing time if he's not continuing to be hitting well.
I'm curious quickly because there are a couple. I don't want to say Conforto supporters, but there are a few comments that are just being like, "Watch out for some veteran play when you get to the playoffs." Like guys like that could surprise you. I think it was Robert Wallace in the chat. I mean, is there something along the lines where even Jeff, because we know him to be a massive Kershaw guy, of course, he's been a massive Kershaw guy his whole life, but in terms of some of these vets, I know there are people who give them leeway even when it's to the point of like the worst season we've seen in Dodger Blue. Do we trust it because they have some savvy veteran, mentalities?
I think I said this before. I envision, a scenario where somehow Conforto goes on this Tommy Edman like run in the playoffs, right? Like, and I can't give you any statistical reason why. I can't point to anything factual. It really is just this feeling, right? It is like something that just comes out of nowhere. And those are the things you sort of need to win a World Series. It's obviously you need your big guys to hit, right? They need Shohei, Freddie, Mookie, etc. to hit and play well. But you do also need those guys that sort of come out of nowhere. I was talking to a friend of mine a week ago who's a Mets fan. We were just talking about baseball. And I was mentioning some of the guys coming back. And I was like, yeah, at some point, Tommy Edman's going to be back. And he immediately shot back with bleep Tommy Edman. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. He destroyed you guys in the NLCS. And so, like, you need something like that. And so, like, even in the depths of this with Michael Conforto, I've just had this feeling like, hey, who knows? Maybe something weird happens and he catches lightning in a bottle for 3 weeks and goes on this run. But, Greg, I can't point to any underlying metrics or advanced stats that says that. It's just a weird gut feeling I have because I want to see this team do well, and that seems like the most improbable circumstance for it to happen.
I mean, the improbable guy does sometimes come through. It's like the Chris Taylors and the Kike Hernandezes, the ones that you need those types of dudes to come through, including, and you were talking about Tommy Edman. You need that guy to come through because that's the guys that help you win. It was David Freese, remember, years ago. Like those things, they do happen. However, I don't know if I trust it to be Conforto in this situation because he's been in. I'm looking up his postseason stats. He was in the postseason one time. It was with the Mets. It was in 2015, his rookie season. Then he had a pretty decent rookie season. He started off in the DS. He went 1 for 7 with a home run and 2 RBIs. He went 0 for 8 in the NLCS. In the World Series, he was good. He was 5 for 15 with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. It's a small sample size, and it was also 10 years ago. So I maybe that has something to do with it. It just doesn't. It doesn't equate to me. He has to be getting hot going into it, and he very well could be that guy. I just think that if in September he's not hitting like he did yesterday, he's not going to be playing very often.
All I'm hearing you say is that he's due. That's all I hear.
Are you turning into this guy too?
No.
Is it to troll me or is it just because you're turning?
I mean, it's a little troll. It's mostly trolling. I mean, but I think the real question is though, Parker, and I know we're still a ways away from the playoffs actually starting, but with so many guys coming back, I think you do have to start doing the math, right? And is there potentially room for Conforto on a playoff roster if you have a healthy Tommy Edman and a Ha-Seong Kim and a Kike Hernandez? Like, is there a space for him on a playoff roster with that?
That's the question that we're going to see, because every time we think that there isn't, he's hitting cleanup or he's batting, he's in the lineup. So it'll be tough, but I think that moving forward, if we just stay healthy and play with the big dogs and follow the big dogs, follow the suits, and maybe we just won't talk about Conforto until something actually happens, for Greg's sake.
Yeah. I mean, I think we should probably move on from Conforto. My blood pressure rises.
I
didn't think we actually talk about it this long, to be honest. I just threw it out.
I don't want to. I want him to do well. That's good for the team. It's just like I've been painted into this corner that I have to be mad when we talk about Conforto. So I have to deliver. I feel
Nobody puts
what I mean?
In a corner.
Right. That's right.
All right. Well, let's talk about something that we all can agree is good. The Dodgers in that 2 seed right now. The Phillies losing 3 to the Mets. So the Dodgers with their 3-game sweep of the Reds able to overtake them. I guess now the question becomes, can they hold on to this? They do have a series coming up with the Phillies in September. It's here, right? Because we all remember like when they went to Philadelphia and it got a little muddy and Tyler Glasnow had just a meltdown. We remember that, right? We don't care to think about it, but it's a thing that happened. Fortunately, this one is here. But I mean, I guess to the point in the chat, it's just about the Dodgers taking care of business, right, Greg? They just got to keep winning, basically.
Yeah, just keep winning, and I think they can do it. It's like you always say, they can't lose today, so that's great. Definitely can't lose today. So then it comes into it. They have to play the Diamondbacks, and now it's another in-division matchup coming up over the weekend. But Diamondbacks struggling. I think they actually just beat Milwaukee yesterday, though. So that was actually another little helpful thing that the division is doing for the Dodgers. But yeah, like we just have to keep going out there and winning. I do want to point out something that JJ Reddit said it in the chat. How lucky are we Dodger fans where our biggest gripe is the number 10 or number 11 guy who's getting playing time due to injury?
I mean,
sure, things have been like that was
pretty good. I mean,
pretty spot on.
Hey, that's my guy.
We're the
Reddit.
We're the neighbor with the biggest house on the block, but we're complaining about a crack in the driveway. I mean,
right.
That's kind of how it is right now.
Pretty much. So, yeah, but to go back to it, Arizona, it really depends on what they do against Arizona. Hopefully they can keep the momentum going over the weekend. It is still at home. You're going to have Blake Snell, probably Glasnow, and what is it going to be, Yamamoto? Yamamoto. It's against good pitchers, though. It's against Brandon Pfaadt, Edwin Rodriguez, and Zach Gallen. So, I mean, just have to keep playing well. Just have to keep getting W's. That's it.
Yeah. And look, we talked about the schedule too. And like this right now is, at least on paper, a soft spot in the schedule. And so I think we'll really get a chance to see if the Dodgers truly are back, right? Because you get You get the 3 against Arizona, who are, near the bottom of the division, 12 games out, just sort of treading water at best right now. And then after that, you get 3 last place teams. You get, you go on the road to Pittsburgh for 3, you go on the road to Baltimore for 3, then you come back home for 3 against the Rockies. Side note to that, I would hope they'd be spitting mad when the Rockies come to town after what happened in Denver. But, I mean, really legitimately a chance to go on a run, to stack some wins here. Maybe get on a little bit of a winning streak and ideally open up some space between you and the Padres, maybe open up some space between you and the Phillies. And that's need to mention they go on the road to San Francisco before the Phillies come to town. So
we'll worry about the Phillies when
the Phillies get here. It's still a couple weeks away. But I guess my point is, if they can go on a run, it would be nice that when the Phillies come to town, they got a little bit of a cushion. That's all.
No, absolutely. And what would you prefer? Obviously you prefer to pass the Phillies. Would you rather be in the 1 or the 2 seed? Does that matter to you? Does it matter if they catch the Brewers, who, again, peak too early? I really, really, truly believe that they're 4 and 6. I think they're going to start they'll even out. They're not going to be as great as they'll even out. But do you care between 1 and 2?
Not necessarily. I don't know. It depends. I want to avoid the Cubs, but the Cubs have not been the same since the first couple months.
They haven't.
Of the season. But I mean, they
put up runs.
They gave us I don't need to see Pete Crow Armstrong again this year. I don't.
God, too many times.
I don't need to see him again this year. So I guess maybe that. If they could avoid another series with the Padres, just because I just don't want to deal with brown and yellow in the postseason.
Yeah, I don't want to see them 3 out of 4 years. I can't
do it again. So, I guess some of it depends on how the rest of the bracket shakes out. But for now, no, not really. I just, would prefer they get that first round bye and be able to get their pitching, lined up, get their, whoever's nagging injuries, get them some rest. I think that's the important part.
Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing the Mets again. So I wouldn't be too worried if it does end up in that 2 seed and that team is having to face like the Phillies and they go after it again, beat each other up because they always do. They hate each other. But yeah, PCA or Padres in round 1 just feels annoying.
Right.
That's exactly. But also, like you say, like you want to see the Mets. You really want to see that Soto shuffle all over again. You want to be like, oh my God, here he goes. He's either just going to walk and be very frustrating, or he's going to get some big home run. Once you get to the postseason, I don't really want to see anybody.
Don't really,
you know what I mean?
Actually, not to mention that Pete Alonso rakes against the Dodgers too.
Yeah. Vientos does too.
Don't need any part of that. So, it's there are no easy outs once you get to the playoffs.
Send us anybody. Who cares? Who cares? Shohei's pitching. Kershaw's looking like the GOAT again. We're chilling.
If they can get that first round bye and have home field advantage, at least for the division series, maybe the NLCS, depending on what the Brewers do the rest of the way, I think that's sort of the way to go. So I think that's job number 1 is 1, locking up the division, 2, getting the 2 seed, getting one of the top 2 seeds. And then we'll figure it out from there. So, before we get out of here,
hold on one second. Did the Padres not lose 2 or 3? Yeah, they did. Padres lost 2 or 3 to the Marlins.
Yeah.
Michael and Regretti, they did lose 2 of 3 to them. Oh, Mariners.
Yeah.
Mariners. Did I say Marlins?
You said Marlins.
Oh, my bad.
Mariners.
Couple
whatever. They're all
whatever.
The
same. Except one's good and one's not.
Right. Very different team. And they're also on opposite sides of the country.
Exactly.
So, maybe
I think that's got to be the longest road trip in baseball, right? Seattle to Miami or Miami to Seattle.
Uh-huh.
Got to be. Anyway, before we get out of here, I'll be live at Hollywood Park Casino this afternoon.
Yes.
Just for a little bit. I know it's the Sonato and Cap fantasy football draft extravaganza. I don't know what's that the official name of it. I have no idea. I'm pumping this up to be something that it might not be. But they'll be live out there at Hollywood Park. I'll be there for an hour hanging out. So
yes, you will.
If you want, come and get fantasy football advice or just chat up the Dodgers. I'll be down to do that as well.
I could use some fantasy football advice, so I may be
okay. Come on
more
by.
in the chat.
You should come by.
I will.
I think you know people that could get you in. If you need
can they? Can someone get there? Cool.
I think somebody can get you in. If you need that.
A really good chat today, by the way. Wanted to thank everybody for pulling up. This was a good episode for a Thursday. I love it.
Yeah, man. It definitely helped. Look, I think we're all a lot more happy after the Dodgers win. So
set your alarms, people.
Yes, we got one more day.
Monday
start time,
Tuesday.
And then Tuesday next. We're off on Monday because it's a holiday. And then Tuesday,
and my birthday.
And Greg's birthday. So happy early birthday. But the Tuesday we start at 6:30 a.m. We'll be here bright and early talking about Dodger baseball here on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Not done talking baseball because first pitch coming up next with Travis and DeMarco and Bergman. We get some more lasers.
Oh, no. You know what? It happens to the best of us. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Sometimes you shoot blanks. What are you going to do?
It's okay. They got things to help you out with that. Anyway, stick around. Back with you tomorrow here, 8:30, 8:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. Thanks to LAX as well for helping us out with this. See you tomorrow with the Blue Review.
See ya.